Hello, everyone. This is Monica, the Creative Beast, and I am here on a Sunday with some participants for my creative online gathering known as the COG. We have some new regulars, Maria, who is known as Running Wave on Instagram, another regular, Pam of Dog Ear Journals, and we had a new participant today who asked a question that I'm going to answer for you today. So this is Liz from Cincinnati, Ohio. Thank you, Liz, and hello. Her question is, well, first she says, hi, Monica. So hello. What manner of bookbinding do you enjoy or use the most? Thanks, from Liz in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's a really great question. There's stitches that I like, but are not necessarily my favorite bindings. And the bindings I like to use the most are like the most basic, which is, so here's like a little example that I just made today. This is a classic pamphlet stitch. This one's what they call the butterfly because it's 3 holes. You start in the middle and you work your way out and around and tie it up. So it's like a butterfly stitch. So, and this is a really small book. So this uses, I think you might be able to see 2 stitches in here. And this is one of my favorites, the classic pamphlet, and you can use it on fairly larger books, like this one here, made of some index paper. So you can see there's, I think you can see 2 big stitches there, or you might be able to see it in here. Let's see if you can see 2 stitches. It's kind of hard with the shadows, but the pamphlet stitch is one of my favorites, and the multiple, like the 5-hole pamphlet stitch is really good because it's secure. And it covers more territory, so you can use a 5-hole stitch on like a bigger signature for larger books. So that's the stitch I tend to use the most. But a favorite stitch I love looking at is the Japanese stab stitch, because it is stitched, there's holes, and it's kind of pretty. And here's another one where I tied it on the top to make a cute little bow right there. And the thing about the Japanese stab stitches, there are some amazing decorative variations. So I tried that on this one. I think you can see this lovely little corner here. So I did this on, this is an old gratitude journal I made, oops, upside down. So yeah, the only thing about the Japanese stab stitch that's a problem is like it does, the cover never stays open when you use the book. So that's why it's not my favorite binding stitch, but I love to make the stitch because it's pretty, it's decorative, and there's wonderful variations, you know, like this kind, and there's some other ones that are like really amazing. They look like little pointy tabs, and I'd love to practice them one day, but I don't find it the most helpful practical stitch because it's hard to keep a book open with the Japanese stab stitch. So that is my favorite, essentially, is the little pamphlet stitch. It's great, it's basic, it's fairly easy to learn, and you can use it for a simple book or a bunch of signatures that you're going to bind into a big, fat, thick book. So there you have it. Thank you, Liz, for that question. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and there'll be another question coming at you soon. Okay, see you next time. All right. And oops. Oh, I did not stop the recording.